Today, we're introducing you to a teenager in Chatham who's not only graduating high school at 16 years old, but is a business owner. WDBJ7's Taylor Locke has her incredible story.
So I want to document this because I think it is super fun. So it is June 2nd, and earlier this morning I got a message that WDBJ wants to come and give an interview for me. WDBJ is a local Southern Virginia news station. So one of their reporters is going to come tomorrow morning to do an interview. So that is what I've been prepping for. It is 8 o'clock right now. And so we've just been, tidying up, trying to get things ready, get prepared a little bit, So I think this is really cool because I have been trying to, local word of mouth really helps. I was in the local Chatham Star Tribune newspaper, which Chatham is my town, so that was really cool, and I'm really excited to get this interview with WDBJ. She's gonna come in the morning tomorrow. We're gonna do our interview. I'm gonna try to film some stuff for me on my camera, but we'll see. And we're gonna get up tomorrow and get ready. So that is what's happening. I have a couple gift sets ready for the reporters and staff, whoever's coming, and everything is set up. I got some soaps out. These were already out. I just kind of like moved them around a little. So yeah, I wanted to document this because this is super exciting. I'm trying to spread the word about what Cadence Rose is doing. So of course, you can submit my story to your local news channel if you'd like. I know you guys are super supportive, but we've got that all done. And yeah, so I'll keep you updated. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully capturing some footage for me of the interview so you guys can see too. Okay, so it is 9:10. They're gonna be here at 10. So I've got, if you saw my Facebook post or something, one of my community posts, I wore this dress for my birthday earlier this year. So I'm gonna wear it again for the little interview. We've got some sparkly earrings on, little bracelet, and of course my rings. We've got the studio all pretty. Yeah. They're gonna be here soon. I'm just gonna try to relax a little before they get here. So yeah. My name is Cadence Reyes, CADENCE REYES. I am a small business owner, the owner of Cadence Rose, a all-natural skincare and soap making company.
So tell me your story. So how did you get this started?
A while back, I was wanting to use all-natural skincare products and learn how to use those products and know what's on my skin, know the ingredients, and so I started making all-natural soap. Soap making has been in my family for generations. My great-grandmother, different aunts of mine and stuff like that. So that's where I got the idea to make that. And I started the business when I was 14, and I've been just kind of building it ever since then.
Yeah, so where do you say that your business stands now? So you've been having it for 2 years now, you're 16 years old. Where does it stand? So how far are your sales going?
So they have been really good. I'm really proud of what we've been able to do. I have over 145 all positive reviews on Etsy. I have 11 wholesale customers across Virginia. I have a lot of people on YouTube from different countries who have asked for tips and advice, and my business has been, I'm really proud to say, it has been really successful. We have sold and made thousands of soaps, so it has been really, really special what we've been able to do.
So have you sold nationwide or across the world? Have you shipped to different places?
Yes, we ship to all 50 states and the U.S. territories, so we've gotten orders from almost all 50 states, and we've got some from Puerto Rico and different places like that. So there are only a couple left, some states that we don't have, but we have a lot of states, and we've covered a lot of ground. And I've been able to reach people across the world with my videos and my classes and stuff like that.
Yes, so classes. Can you tell me more about what you offer besides soaps?
So I offer online classes and in-person classes. So across Virginia, in Chatham, Danville, South Boston, I have in-person classes scheduled where I teach my students how to make 6 bars of soap. They make it themselves. I bring the ingredients and they get to get a hands-on experience. And I started the online class because I had a couple people from different places like Barbados and stuff asking for a class because they of course couldn't make it to one of mine. So I started my online class a couple weeks ago and I launched it. So there's a couple versions, one on YouTube and one on my website. So it has been really cool to be able to do that for other people across the country and the world.
So making your mark in small town Chatham, can you just tell me what was your inspiration and what is the community feedback that you've gotten?
Well, I love Chatham. We moved here a little over 2 years ago, and ever since we got here, it has been super, inviting and stuff. And so starting the business, we wanted to be able to bring some things here for people to do. That's why I wanted to do the soap class, bring some things for people to do and have fun with. And people have been super supportive. I've gotten so many reviews from people here. I've gotten so much feedback, like the Chatham Star Tribune, they came by and did a newspaper article on one of my soap classes, and I've gotten a lot of people come up and tell me, oh, I recognized you, and it has been really cool to be able to harness some community in our town, Chatham.
Okay, so as far as where people can buy your soaps, you have your website, you have your Instagram, and you mentioned wholesalers, so where can people go to physical stores and buy your soaps here in Virginia?
So for wholesale, I have different products in places like the River District Artisans on Main Street in Danville. Boxwood Cottage is on Main Street in Chatham, so they hold my soaps there. Dilly Dally store has them in Salem, and many more places like the Larimar Lotus in Danville and different places like that. There's so many of them, like the Little Lady Boutique in Danville. So there are many stores, and I have them listed on my website in different places, all of them, because there's been so many. And yeah, I have them, my soaps on my website, Etsy, I have them on Amazon. And so, yeah, I have them in a lot of places just to make sure that everybody can be able to have small natural skincare.
How much is a bar of soap?
So my bars of soap are $6 each. So they are really awesome. They're made with all natural ingredients. They have things, they're colored with all natural things. So even something like the purple, it's Brazilian clay. Things like pink are made with calamine or rhubarb, and so everything is all natural, and they are handmade in this studio in Chatham in my home, and I work hard on every recipe to curate them. So yeah.
So let's talk about your background now. So you're 16 years old. That's a really young age. So can you talk to me about, are you in school? What are your plans for the future?
Yes, so I have been homeschooled for many years, and that's part of the reason I've been able to do a lot of the things with my business. So I can travel, I can have some time to do things at home. So I've been homeschooled, but I am graduating early. Actually, my in-person graduation is this Saturday, June 7th. So I'm going to be graduating, and then in the fall I'll be going to DCC to get a business degree to further my business. But I have been getting my education, and of course my business has given me so much knowledge. But yeah, I've been able to do my school, and I'm going to be graduating early so I can further my business.
So a 16-year-old high school graduate going into college before you're even 18 is absolutely insane. That's so cool. So tell me, what were your biggest motivations during your time doing both school and your business?
I think being able to teach people and give them knowledge on soap making, and also it's been so fun being able to talk to people and meet people and just tell them about my story and see their feedback and stuff. So that's kind of been my goal, is to just teach people how to make soap let them be able to use products, because I know there have been a lot of people who have trouble finding all natural products, and being able to fulfill that need for people has been a very big goal, and it has been nice to be able to fulfill that.
So can you talk to me about chronic illness? So I know that you mentioned that you have POTS. So how has that affected your life?
So I was diagnosed with POTS in 2021, so it has been a couple years. I was pretty young when I was diagnosed with that. POTS is postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. It makes my heart rate go really fast for very small motions and for no reason really. So it has been a learning curve, learning how to deal with managing POTS and running my business, because running a business does have physical aspects involved, but luckily I have been able to start routines that help me. I have been able to rest and take time. That's a part of being homeschooled, and I have a very nice schedule that lets me do all of those things. And I also have a very supportive fan base. I remember I had to take a little break one time in Christmas because I had gotten ill, and I had a lot of feedback from people saying, please just take your time, and but I've been able to really prosper despite my illness because of being able to manage and just learn as I go.
Whenever you are doing your YouTube videos, what is your overall goal for your audience?
Well, I want my audience to be able to learn and get to know me as well, because one of the biggest things about my business is me and what I do, and I want them to be able to know that I really am working as hard as I can to put out a really nice product and showing them how I make it. I go into detail about how I measure and doing stuff like that, and I want to be able to let them learn too. So I have classes, I have tutorials, and so I want them to have an array of videos to watch and different kinds of experiences to have on my channel.
As far as whenever you were a little kid, did you ever see yourself being in this moment?
No, I remember I wanted to be a doctor. That was my thought. But I started watching YouTube and getting into that when I was young too. And so that passion for starting to make something myself and wanting to start a YouTube channel, wanting to start something that I could manage myself, also started around that age. But as I thought about, do I really want to be a doctor? No. So then I just kind of well, let's, I have this thing that I like natural products. I already have a passion for making things myself and YouTube. Let me just go ahead and transition into that. So I'm happy to be where I am now, but I don't think I would have, if you would have told me back then I was doing this, I would have probably said, you're crazy.
I love it. Is there anything else that I missed that you want to touch on?
No, I'm just so glad that I've been able to share more of my story. I am also glad that I've been able to share more about POTS, because when I was diagnosed, there was a lot of people that never heard of it, or a lot of times it's just there's not a lot you can do about it. So it's been nice to be able to create community with that, and to be able to spread the word also about my other work, like my classes, my YouTube channel, and different things. So I'm just glad to be able to share my story.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That was a really good interview. I can tell that you're a public speaker. That you made it look so easy.
It is a little later. We did our interview. So Taylor Locke was the reporter who came. She was really sweet. She came in here and was just super kind. She really took a long time to just sit there and talk with me and ask me really nice, thoughtful questions. She took a lot of time in the video and to just talk about things, and took she did a very good job. The interview, it should be airing in 30 minutes. So I'm going to go watch that. But it went really well. I had to kind of take a little bit because I had a dentist appointment not that long afterwards. But the interview was really fun. I was a little nervous. I wasn't dying nervous, but I was a little nervous because it is TV. So it is going to be on the WDBJ7 news. It'll be on their website, I'm pretty sure. But I filmed the interview from a behind the scenes perspective, so I'm going to show you guys that. But yeah, the interview was really fun. She was really sweet, and I gave her some soap, as well as some of her gave some soap for her to take home take with her. I'm so happy to have been able to do something like that, and for somebody to really care. You know, she was like really excited. I was like, as soon as I saw that, I knew I wanted to get on this story before anybody else did. And she said she's going to do her best to try to promote and to have my story spread as far as possible. So she's been really sweet, she's been really communicative, and it was so cool to be able to do something like that. So yay me. And I think this is just such a cool thing. A couple really cool things have been happening in the last couple of weeks. Like, I won a first prize in a youth competition that will help go towards my car. I did that little interview. So yeah, there's just been a lot of cool things happening, so I'm really excited about that. So I'm gonna go watch that interview. Watch it. I'm gonna hopefully see it live. So yeah.
How about some good news? Today, we're introducing you to a teenager in Chatham who's not only graduating high school at 16 years old, but is a business owner. WDBJ7's Taylor Locke has her incredible story.
Cadence Rose is a busy girl, full-time student, small business owner. And did we mention the 16-year-old is graduating 2 years early? There's also the not-so-good stuff. On top of it all, Cadence deals with a chronic illness called POTS.
It makes my heart rate go really fast for very small motions and for no reason really.
It hasn't stopped her from creating her own soap-making business, born from a desire to help people know what's good to put on their skin.
I know there have been a lot of people who have trouble finding all-natural products, and being able to fulfill that need for people has been a very big goal.
She launched Cadence Rose when she was just 14, and since, it's taken off.
Soap making has been in my family for generations, my great-grandmother, different aunts of mine and stuff like that. So that's where I got the idea.
Her soaps are made only with natural ingredients, handcrafted at her in-home studio in Chatham.
So even something like the purple, it's Brazilian clay. Things like pink are made with calamine or rhubarb, and I work hard on every recipe to curate them.
Cadence sells the soaps online and in local boutiques. She's shipped to customers all across America and even shares soap making tips globally on YouTube.
Hello and welcome to my beginner's cold process soap making class.
And if you want to try making soap yourself, she teaches local hands-on classes. Her next is on June 14th in Chatham. Reporting in Chatham, Taylor Locke, WDBJ7.
Okay, so it is after I watched the 5 o'clock clip. So yeah, I don't know how I'll order this, but I'm going to show you the clip that they aired on the news at 5, and then I'll show you the full interview that I was able to film. But yeah, that aired at around 5 o'clock. It was really cool to be able to see that. Everybody was so cool who talked about it and stuff like that, so I'm really excited. It was so cool to watch. My family took some pictures of me watching it, and I was able to film it on the TV. And yeah, the story is on WDBJ7.com. You can go look up Cadence Rose and it will have the video of what they aired. And yeah, so I'm super excited about that. We've already gotten a lot of good feedback and a boost from that already. It hasn't even been a couple hours. Yeah, I will be getting this up and getting all of this done. It was super cool because this all happened super fast, you know. We got the text on, we got the text on Monday that she was interested in doing an interview, and then the next day we did the interview, and then now it is out. So I am so glad. Thank you, Taylor Locke, for taking the time to do such a beautiful interview. She took the time and really went around the area, took some pictures, did a really good job of showing soaps and my work and asking some really nice questions. So yeah, Taylor Locke from WDBJ7, thank you for that. And you know what? Hopefully many more to come. And you know, if you wanna, you can go to your local news station or a news station and submit my story. You can do that if you wanna help in any way like that. But that was so cool. So yeah, I'm going to get that ready so you guys can watch my full how that all that went, the process of doing the, you know, the interview and all of that. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below where you're from, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.